Hey guys, so in a previous video I had done a modification to the Nintendo Switch and I essentially replaced the shell on the back of the console and I swapped out the shell on the Joy-Cons. Well, ExtremeRate has gone ahead and sent me out some of their newer products. We now have a shell that is going to replace the front of your docking station. As well as that, we've also got a replacement shell for the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. Now, I'm not going to do a tutorial and show you guys how to do the Pro controller because I've already done one of those in the past and I'll leave a link to it in the description down below, but I'm definitely going to show you guys how to install the replacement faceplate on your Nintendo Switch dock. So we are essentially going to be getting rid of the front plate on the Nintendo Switch dock. So what we'll do is we'll set it aside, we'll open up the box from ExtremeRate and see what all has come inside of the packaging. So first thing that we're going to notice is that they actually supply you with all the tools and extra screws that you're going to need right in the package. So we've got a Phillips head and a tri-wing screwdriver as well as the extra screws. And the only other thing that's in this package is the actual front faceplate. This is actually a really nice faceplate and it's made of a soft type of plastic, and when you run your fingers over it, it actually has a little bit of texture to it and it just feels really nice. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and grab our Nintendo Switch dock and we're going to flip it over so we have access to the back. We're going to go ahead and open up our main compartment, and in here we've got a few screws that we need to remove. So there are a total of 8 screws that need to come out. One thing that you're going to want to keep in mind is that the 4 screws that attach around the compartment regarding your HDMI and your power jacks are going to be slightly longer than the other screws, so you're going to want to make sure that you keep those things separate. Now that we have all those screws removed, we simply just need to remove this part of the back plate. It should just pop out, but it might take a little bit of wiggling to get it out. So now we have access to the main board that houses all of the electrical components, with the exception of the actual port in which your console slides into. It's really simple to remove this. There's going to be a ribbon cable on the bottom that we need to disconnect. And once that's disconnected, the only thing that's left holding it in place are going to be 2 little tabs that are going to be on the left-hand side of the board. All you need to do is apply a little pressure and you can pop that out. Now be careful when you do that. There's also an additional connection on the bottom of the board that you need to make sure that you don't damage. So that also needs to be removed. Once that's removed, we can set the board aside. And if you take a look at the actual housing here, we actually have 9 screws that need to be removed. All of these screws are Phillips head screws, so we can go ahead and pop those out. And just a pro tip, if you've got one of those rare earth magnets or something along those lines, if you actually stick it to your screwdriver, even if your screwdriver is supposed to be magnetic, I find that the cheap ones that they send you are supposed to be magnetic, but they are never really that good. This will amplify the magnetism on the screwdriver and make things so much better. Your screws will stick right to it and you won't have any problem with accidentally dropping them. So now that we've got all the screws removed, we're going to go ahead and remove this portion of the back housing as well. And this is nice and easy, it should pop out. Now be careful here to make sure that you don't damage the ribbon cable or that other wire that we have, and we're going to want to guide them through the little holes that they're in so that way they don't get damaged when we remove this part of the housing. So the next thing that needs to come out is the actual port in which your Nintendo Switch slides into, your USB-C port. This is actually really easy, you just kind of have to leverage it up and it slides out of place. And finally, there is one last little panel that we need to remove here. It's really simple, you just have to slide it down and pull it up. It doesn't need to be popped out or anything, it's just slid in place. So before we get rid of the old front plate, we need to make sure that we remove the LED control board as well as the little reflector that's built into the actual case as well. So that's really simple, they just slide on out, and then we can transplant them to the new front shell. Next, we're just going to go ahead and put everything back into reverse order. Now, I'm not going to talk much, I'm just going to show you guys. It's really simple, you just kind of have to put it all back together. And now that we've got the final screws in place, we can go ahead and take a look at the new front plate on this docking station. And I've got to say that these replacement pieces made by ExtremeRate are actually really nice. Now I'm going to leave some links in the description down below so you guys can grab whatever it is you want. They have a whole variety of different types of artwork, but I do got to say I really like the retro look of this SNES style front plate, and it does really blend in well with everything else. If you're curious to see what the Pro Controller looks like, I did assemble it off screen. Like I said, I had already previously done a video and I didn't want to waste time doing another one on it, especially since it's the same method, but this is actually what it looks like. It looks really sharp. The cool thing about this one is that they actually include enough pieces that you can kind of customize it slightly. So if you want to have all of the light purple buttons or the D-pad to be the light purple color or whatever it happens to be, you can absolutely do that. They give you all the extra parts so you can kind of customize it as to what you want it to look like. So that's really cool. I do appreciate that they did that. Overall, it all looks really sharp together, and I absolutely love this aesthetic look for the Nintendo Switch. It looks a lot better this way than just their stock black front plate with the Nintendo Switch logo. And like I said, there is a whole variety of different options that you can choose. They've got an NES style one, and they've even got some just random graphic style ones. So definitely check them out. It's actually a fairly easy mod to do, and that's pretty much it. So thank you guys very much for watching. Leave a comment in the comment section down below letting me know what you guys think of this mod. Would you guys do it? Do you guys like this artwork style? Let me know down below. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys again real soon.